Yo, what's up? It's Jason. I'm back again with another video, and this one is a random picks, random Discogs picks from my collection. You guys are all aware of how to do that. You know, with on the Discogs app, shake your phone or press the random button, etc. So, thought I would try it out. 10 random picks according to Discogs. Didn't keep all the ones that they gave me because some of them I couldn't find, including a cassette. But I got some CDs, some vinyl, some 7 inches here, so we'll just jump into it. Now, off the top of the video, we got this great single to split reissue on the Popcorn label. Good reissue label. Trying to think if it's a US or a UK reissue label. I think it's a US. This is Popcorn 108, Sing On Baby by Jane Baker. Playing that. And on the flip side, Veretta Dillard, That's Why I Cry. Also an excellent track. Both of them, I'm thinking 50s, 60s. Jane Baker actually passed away, I think in the 90s. New York singer. I'm not sure if there's any information. Or sorry, that was Veretta Dillard. I'm not sure there's any information on Jane Baker, actually. But yeah. Two classic oldies reissued on that 7-inch. I like to pick those up once in a while. Then moving on to CD territory, we got some Extreme Noise here by the famous Keiji Haino from Japan. Been doing experimental stuff since, I think, the 70s. I think he's 71 now, actually, according to Wikipedia. This one, it's a great black text on black CD here. Forced Exposure, I think, put this one out. Yeah, Forced Exposure put this out in 93. It's called Excretion That Accept to Acknowledge. Excretion That Accept to Acknowledge album. It's basically all one track, recorded live, I think like 40 minutes. And yeah, it's exactly what you would think for a noise artist. A lot of screechy white noise, guitar feedback. I think guitar is mostly the instrument used in here, but it could be other electronics, synthesizers, etc. Power electronics, if you will. So Keiji Haino, that's another random pick from the collection. And on a slightly lighter note, we got some Don Dokken here. Old school solo album. This was the one from 1990. Of course, Don Dokken of Dokken fame. Very similar to Dokken, hair metal, arena rock, good hard rock. Really good album. Pretty fun album. He did another one later in the 2000s that's completely acoustic, very 60s kind of feel, just sort of odd. But this one I dig. It's definitely in the glam metal, hair metal style. That one's called Up From the Ashes. It's on Dokken. And next up, we got a compilation. Came up in my random picks. Of course, you know the logo, Factory Records, but it's not on Factory Records. It's on a other label called Strut. So on the Strut label, I think I've shown this once before, maybe on the YouTubes. But this came out around 2012. Factory dance, rarities and remixes, etc. Pretty cool comp. You have a certain ratio on here. Shark Vegas, 52nd Street. Pretty Biting Tongues. Pretty obscure stuff. Horatio. I think my favorite track on this thing is side B, track 1, Fidela by Nazel Fik. I think that's my jam. Yeah, it's kind of got a Middle Eastern kind of vibe to the whole thing. Really cool stuff. Factory Records from the UK. And yeah, this is from the 90s, 80s to 90, 1980 to 87. Mixes and rarities. Dance to, I think, find this CD still. I don't know if you can find the vinyl too much, but picked this up a while back, actually. And yeah, I will put that in the bag later. Moving on. Also from the 80s, from Canada, some Canadian post-punk industrial. Disappointed a few people. And this is Dead in Love. Great album. I don't know if this is their only album. This is their debut. It's on the Psych Industries label. And yeah, just really excellent. I remember seeing the video first back when I was a kid for Soft Blue Veins. Really cool track. Again, yeah, post-punk, kind of EBM, dark wave-ish stuff. Disappointed a few people from the 80s. Toronto. More 80s industrial came up in the random picks. Here we got Cab Voltaire, one of my fave bands out of Sheffield. Red Mecca. It was like their third album. It's part of kind of a trilogy of them exploring some U.S. samples of bizarre like politics and religious right speakers, etc. Infiltrating some of the samples. On this one, also you have a lot of dub kind of influences. I think this is when Cab Voltaire is still a trio at this point. You got Richard H. Kirk, Stephen Mallender, and also Christopher Watson, who then split from the band later to do other things. But yeah, lots of cool tape dubs, samples, etc. This one came out in 81. Also has a really cool version of A Touch of Evil, a classic film soundtrack. So, Cab Voltaire. Then a couple of sevens that came up in the random picks. This one from 1990 as well, Beat Happening. This is an old Sub Pop single we got here. I've always been into this single anyway. I don't really have anything else from Beat Happening, but kind of a minimalist, really country vibe actually on this single. This is Redhead Walking, backed with Secret Picnic Spot. They both got a similar vibe, but Redhead Walking is the single. Beat Happening, cool stuff. Sort of indie alt. Again, a bit of a country vibe too. And last but not least, we got Armor and Death Threat, No Heaven. This is some thrash / old school new wabum, a little bit influence in here. This is a single, 7-inch, came out 2011, looks like, on Nuclear War Now. Band from Finland, some Finnish thrash. And like I said, some slightly new wabum influence there too. Just old school kind of vibe to the thing. Actually, it looks like it came out in 2013, but recorded in 2011. Armor. Only thing I've got by them. Good little single. So yeah, that is my random picks from Discogs. Kind of interesting to see what they suggest. And I will see you guys in the next one.